Hi everybody, my name is Waddles. The Conduit is a new item or block thing, mystery, that has been added in the Update Aquatic Snapshots. That means that this will be in the next update, so it's a good idea to learn about it. I know I've been very confused about this item. It's so mysterious, kinda strange, so I went ahead and did a little bit of learning, a little bit of research, and I know what the Conduit is now. You may already know that, but what I want to do today is just talk about what the Conduit is, what it does in case you don't know, and, just general information on this new item, how to get it, that kind of stuff. Now, of course, snapshots are still a thing, so depending on when you're watching this video, some stuff might have changed. If it did, and it's huge, I'll try and update the description if possible. But just keep in mind that, it's a snapshot, and something could change, or everything could change. So I'm not sure how to organize or start this, but, in summary, it was added in the Update Aquatic Snapshots as of right now, and it's almost like a beacon type thing. But I think we'll start with crafting and how to get the things so far. So this is how you craft it. The Nautilus shell, 8 of those around the outside, and then a heart of sea in the middle, of course in a crafting table, and then you get a conduit right there, just like that. But how do you get those items? Well, the Nautilus shell right here, you can fish it up or it can drop from the ground. So really, that's not too hard. The thing that's a little bit mysterious right now, a little bit more mysterious, excuse me, is the Heart of the Sea. Right now, you can only get it in the creative inventory. Now, obviously, that's going to change. I could imagine it coming from some kind of boss fight, kind of like the Wither. That's how you would get a beacon. You fight a boss, so maybe they're going to be adding some kind of new boss or something interesting. But as of right now, there's not actually a way to get the Heart of the Sea in survival. Like I said, this should be a harder thing to get, probably. So, I think the next best thing to talk about is what exactly is this conduit doing? Well, the conduit will give you conduit power if you're in the rain or in the water. Of course, the more useful one is going to be when you're in the water, under the water, or something. Now, I have some things here that are just going to symbolize things, but it doesn't exactly give you these things. So, the conduit power, the effect that you'll get, kind of like, a beacon, will stop your water from going down underwater. Your water from going down under, yeah, totally. It'll stop your air, from draining. So basically, you can stay under the water as long as you want, and you won't need to go to the surface for oxygen. The conduit power will give you night vision under the water, so you can see super clear, just like it's above the water, and then it'll make you mine blocks faster underwater. So basically, this conduit power effect lets you live underwater without ever needing to go to the surface, really, for anything. Of course, you can't farm under the water all of a sudden, but you don't need to worry about going to the surface to breathe or whatever. You can run around on the ocean for days. So this next part is a little odd, a little confusing. This took me a little bit longer to grasp, but again, think of the conduit like a beacon. When you're building a beacon, if you've done that before, you can do layers. You don't need the full beacon with 2 stacks and 36 more blocks or something like that. You can build a smaller pyramid and it works. The effect just doesn't go as far. Think of it like that. So right here is the building of this conduit thing, kind of. This would be the complete building. I went layer by layer here, just so you could see it and copy it if you're trying to do that. That's a 5 long strip of blocks there. You want to use prismarine or prismarine bricks, these water prismarine blocks. By the way, don't use wood. And then, you go up on either side, then you go up all the way around, make a square, 5 along on either side. Then it's just replicating the bottom half there. Now, the conduit is going to need to be right in the middle here, and you need water all on the inside. So, obviously, you're not going to build this floating above the land. You're going to build this in the water. However, there is a bit of a catch. So, here's one fully built under the water, and as you can see, when you fully build it, the conduit in the middle opens up, basically, and you can see the Heart of the Sea, and you get this really cool particle effect if all of your particles are turned on, of course, but that's really cool. And then you can see right here, Conduit Power is granted. Now, it doesn't necessarily say what that is in here, but like I just said, It gives you the night vision so you can see faster, you can break stuff better, and you don't need to worry about breathing. But over here, we have something set up, right? The conduit isn't open, but stuff is going into it. So I took out the other conduit block over there from that frame, and as you can see, the conduit effect is gone. It's dark under the water. Now, when I add this block in here, I'll get the conduit effect again, because I just completed the minimum amount of blocks you need to build this conduit frame. Think of this as the first layer of the pyramid. If you're doing a beacon, you need at least 16 blocks around the conduit, I do believe is the number. So if I take this out, that goes away, and it's not working all of a sudden, and look, it's diagonal. I guess that's a kind of an interesting way to get a diagonal block or something in Minecraft, but you put that right back in, and it's on. Now, the more blocks you add to this thing, the further the range is going to get. Right now, as you can see, we have the power, but if we go a bit of a ways away, it should start, to drain, and we're not going to, get to keep it. Now, the more blocks that you add, the more range that you get. Coming straight from the wiki here, the effect range of the conduit is 16 blocks for every 7 blocks in the frame. So that means that this is the center of our circle, and we have a range of 32 blocks coming out from this right now. The more blocks that we add, the further it will go, up to 96 blocks away, again in a circle range. That includes ups and downs as well, just like a beacon, so it's more of a spherical range if you can follow that. Now, another important thing to note is that this isn't the only way that you can get 16 blocks around this thing. Of course, I could throw a block right here and take this one out, and it will work fine still. You don't need to do a solid square. Now, that means, you could do the square going up and down, any kind of way. You just need at least 16 blocks in the range of this thing for this to start working. So if I put another one there, take another one out, it'll still work. It's almost like an enchantment table where you just need to have this 3 by 3 up and down space around it. So again, adding 2 more and then taking out 2 from there, it'll work still. That's that. And one final thing to take note as I'm chilling here on my island with the creeper is that I'm on the surface, I'm in the rain, and I still have conduit power. So that's what that means. Now, of course, water breathing doesn't matter in the rain, but your block mining speed might matter a little bit. So perhaps that's a way to, mine stuff really, really fast using the conduit, maybe a haste beacon and all of that. I mean, if you have haste too, it doesn't really matter. You can't really get any faster than that, noticeably, but still. You can mine stuff fastly on the surface too with this thing. And so that's pretty much everything that we know for certain, for fact, about the conduit. Now, like I said, we can't really get the heart of the sea yet. Now, of course, that's going to be possible in survival. Eventually, it's just a matter of how will it be possible. So what do you think? Do you think there's going to be a boss like the Wither that you fight and you get this thing from? Or do you think it's just going to be super rare, maybe from a shipwreck or something? What do you think? What is your theory? It's okay to be wrong, just take your wildest guess down below. Tell me what you're thinking. And are you going to use one of these? Of course, I'm going to use one for sure. I just need to get my hands on that valuable prismarine in my survival world. Of course, all of this could completely change if the developers decide to remove all of this from the game in the next snapshot for some reason. You never know. It could all change. Keep that in mind. But my name is Waddles. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and then go have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.